Alhamdulillah, how was the week?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, how are you feeling now? Better?
Yes, I don't think I'm sick anymore.
Alright, so maybe tomorrow or on Sunday we are going to play the quiz as well, okay?
Okay.
But not today, okay? Today we are only having the lesson, okay? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, then we were reading on Tanween, right?
Yes.
What is Tanween? What is Tanween?
Oh, Tanween is fatha
Fatatain.
tiny,
Hmm.
fatha tiny, dhamma tiny, and kasra tiny.
And how do we read Tanween?
With
Hmm. We read Tanween with Gunna
gunna,
and
without gunna.
without Gunna. You're right. Okay, we read Tanween with Gunna and without Gunna. Okay, and I told you that we are exercising to do the Gunna in Tanween, right? For
Yes.
now. But here, one more thing you just need to remember today or note it down. If you will see any stopper letters, okay, normally we do not, like, usually people don't say them stopper letter. I usually say the stopper letter by myself because it's easy to remember then, okay. There are 8 letters. How many letters? 8 letters. if you will see if you will see after tanween or noon sakina, then you read tanween without gunna. Let me explain it what I'm saying. Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Okay, 1 second. Can you see?
Yes. Yes.
For example, if I'm going to write the letter here, you're telling me the letters quick, okay?
Sorry, my mom is calling me. Yes.
Sure.
I'm in Quran. Uh, uh,
Yes, kiddo. Can you read these
okay.
letters?
Okay. Ra,
The
lam.
first one is Hamza.
Oh,
By the way, well, remember this is the main and basic thing. We have to read the Arabic from right side to the left side, okay? Not from left to right, right to left, okay? So it's starting with the right side, which is Hamza first. Hamza, Ha,
ain, ha, ain,
Ghain,
ha, ain, and ah,
Kha,
ah,
and
ah, and lam, and ra.
Lam and Ra. Okay, so Hamza Ha, Ain Ha, Ghain Ha, Lam and Ra. Right? What we
Yes.
have to do, if we will see any of these letters, then what we have to do, remember, I said if you will see any of these letters, so we are calling them stopper letters, okay? Normally they stop the gunna, okay? This is why we are calling them stopper letters, okay? Because they stop the gunna in tanween. What I'm saying, they stop the gunna in tanween. Now let's have an example. Like let's have an example here. Do you see this word?
Yes.
Hmm. If you're just going to notice here, it's tanween there, right?
Yes.
Usually we say abadan. Normally I said by default we have to do the gunna in tanween, okay? Abadan, like this. How do we say? Abadan, right?
Yes.
But if you will see any of the stopper letter next to the tanween, then we do not make the gunna in it. What I'm saying, if you will see any stopper letter after tanween, let me write it down. It's easy to remember. If you see any stopper letters, any stopper letter after tanween and noon sukoon, then we will read tanween and noon sukoon without gunna. We will learn about these rules in detail, okay? But right now I'm telling you in very short, okay? So you can easily remember it, okay? You should remember only 8 stopper letters: Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha, and Lam, Ra. And what they are telling you? They are telling you if you see any stopper letter after Tanween or Noon Sukun. What they are telling you, if you will see any stopper letter after Tanween and Noon Sukun, then what you have to do? You don't do Gunna then. You don't do Gunna in Tanween and Noon Sukun.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes. If you want to do, if you want to see the example, so you can notice at these words here. I can see Tanween here, and the next letter is Kha. So how do you say that? Abadan or Abadan? Hmm. Abadan or Abadan? How do you say?
Abadan.
Yes, what do you say there? Abadan or Abadan?
Abadan.
You are absolutely right. Okay, you're right. Now let's have some more example here. Are you going to do the gunna in this one? You have to check the next letter. Okay, what is the next letter? Lam. What is the next letter after tanween is lam? So how do you say that? Rahwan or Rahwan? You say one or one. It's clear
One.
now. Hmm. You say
One.
one or one.
One.
Why? What is the next letter?
Lamb.
Lam. So is lam in the stopper letter? Yes. Lam is in the stopper letter, right? So
Okay.
first of all, that you have to remember that stopper letters. Okay. If you know the stopper letters, it's easy to know that where we have to do the gunna in tanween and where we don't. Okay.
Okay.
So we read the tanween with gunna normally. Okay. But if you will see any stopper letter after tanween, then you read the tanween without gunna. Okay. I said read tanween with gunna and without gunna. Generally, we read tanween with gunna, but you have to remember this condition now that I told you today. When we read, if someone asks you when do we read tanween without gunna, so now you have to know when do we read tanween without gunna? When any hmm, when any stopper letter come next to, let me send it to you. Okay,
Okay.
you have to note them down. You must note them down, so it's going to be easy for you. When question, when do we read tanween without gunna? When do we read tanween without gunna? So this is the question, okay?
Okay.
And answer is there. We read tanween. One second.
Okay.
Here you go. I'll already send you this, okay?
Okay.
Note it down, and if you do not understand, you can ask me. For now, you have to open the page, and we are just going to have little exercise about doing the gunna or not. You have to recognize where do we read tanween with gunna and without gunna, okay?
Okay.
Just tell me quick. Are you reading it with gunna without gunna? How do you decide it? By checking the next letter, okay? If it's from the stopper letter, read it without gunna. If it's not from the stopper letter, read with gunna, okay?
Without gunna.
Without gunna, why? Because ghain is from the stopper letter, right? So
Yes.
instead of saying kan, I have to say kan. Okay, normal, general kan. And what about this one?
Um, you can use gunna.
You are right because it's not the stopper letter next to it, right?
Yes.
And what about this one?
Um, without gunna. Gunna.
Without gunna. Are you saying without gunna? Why?
Because there's because there's a lamb in front of it.
That's not lam, it's calf.
Uh,
This one dal and this one calf, okay? If you're checking the word, then it's dal, or if you're checking the letters, then it's lam, okay? I mean, not lam, calf, okay? So we read it with gunna, okay?
Okay.
What about this?
With gunna.
This one,
W- With gunna.
this one,
Without gunna.
this one,
With gunna.
with this one,
With without gunna. Gunna.
this one.
With with gunna.
I think got it, right? Yeah, do you get it?
Yes.
Let's have some exercise from the Quran as well, okay? because we
Okay.
are learning these rules to read the Quran better, right?
Yes.
Let's have some example from the Quran so you're going to get clear in it. First of all, you should see the tanween. First of all, you should see the tanween, okay? If you know what is tanween, you can easily find the rule further. Tanween are fatatain, kasratain, and dammatain like this one, okay? This is tanween here in the first row. Do you see it?
Yes.
This is tanween here. And how do we know that we are reading it with gunna or without gunna? This here is silent, okay? We are
Okay.
not going to give the importance of that because there is no sign here, okay? It's tanween, and the next letter is lam.
Lamb
So are you doing it with gunna without gunna?
without one.
You are right. And we will find the more. The first thing that you should find, I said, tanween, okay? Or noon sukun. Tanween or noon sukun. Tanween is this fatatain, kasratain, and dammatain. Here is fatatain. And noon sukun is the noon which is getting the circle, crescent, or nothing. Then it's noon sukun. You'll remember the sukun shapes, right? We learned it. When you see the circle at any letter, or when you will see the crescent sign like this at any letter, or when you will see nothing on the letter, is called sakina, sukun, right? So
Yes.
when noon has nothing, so it's called noon sukun. So you have to follow this rule. Same on the noon sukun as well. Okay, the tanween rule and the noon sukun rule are same. We read tanween with gunna and without gunna as same as we read the noon sukun with gunna and without gunna. Okay, sometimes we say that min and sometimes we say it min. Conditions are same as we saw in tanween. Okay, what are the conditions? Normally we do the gunna, but we do not do the gunna in them when the next letter is stopper letter, right? So
Yes.
here if I will ask you, are you reading it with gunna?
No.
You are reading it with gunna. Okay, why? Because the next letter is not from the stopper letters. If we see the next letter is from the stopper letter, we break, we stop the gunna. If it's not the stopper letter, then we do not stop the gunna. You get it? Stop. Why we are calling stopper letters? Generally, people are not used to call stopper letter. This is my trick to remember the letters. Okay, people say there are 8 letters you have to remember. So what are those 8 letters called? Basically, there is no name of them, no name of them. Okay, but we put the name. What we are decided to put the name of them? Stopper letter. Okay. So
Okay.
what stopper letters do? They stop the gunna. They stop the gunna in tanween and noon sukun. This is why we are calling them stopper. Okay. So
Okay.
it's done. The next letter is not the stopper letter, so we do not stop the gunna. It means we do the gunna in it. Dum. Okay.
Okay.
For this, you see the noon sukun.
Yes.
Are you going to read it with gunna or without gunna?
With one.
Sure. Are you sure?
Yes.
How do you decide it? By looking at the next letter, right? What is the next letter? Is it from the stopper letter?
Um, I don't think so.
So you have to check the stopper letters. That is why I send you the picture. Check the raw in the stopper letter. Is this there? Hmm. Is the raw
Let me check.
coming in the stopper letter? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So what we have to do, we have to stop the gunna then. Okay. Do you get it? So instead of saying min, we say min. Okay, for
Okay.
now. And if we are going to carry on and ask you about this one, do you see it?
Yes.
It's dammatain. So are you doing it with gunna or without gunna?
Without gunna.
Why? Because the next letter is ain and ain is from the stopper letter, right?
Yes.
Okay. It is noon sukun, okay? So are you going to do gunna in this noon sukun?
Um. Yes.
Yes, because the next letter is zal and zal is not from the stopper letter, right? Are you
Yeah.
going to do gunna in this one? The answer is going to be same because the letter is same. Okay. We
Okay.
read it with gunna as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Some more. Then we read the lesson. Half of the time we pass on this rule today, but it's very important rule. Okay. People normally get confused and took 2 or 3 classes to understand that rule. But if you will remember the stopper letter, it's easy to know that we have to read tanween with gunna or without gunna. Remember the stopper letters. Okay. Are you going to do it with gunna or without gunna?
Um. With gunna.
Why? Because the next letter is wow and wow is not from the stopper letter. Okay.
Okay.
And what about this one?
Without gunna.
Why? Because the next letter is Ain and Ain is from the stopper letter. Okay. If someone asks you what are the stopper letter, why you keep saying it is stopper letter, stopper letter. So what are the stopper letters? So remember them. Hamza ha, Ain ha, Ghain kha. We learned these 6 letters in the throat letters as well. If you remember in the first class in very beginning, I told you there are 7 heavy letters, 3 soft letters, 3 hard letters, and 6 throat letters, right? Hamza
Yeah.
ha, Ain ha, Ghain ha. We have to add lam and ra in them also. So they are going to be 8, and these 8 letters are called now stopper letters. Okay. If I can say the throat letters as well, okay, but throat letters are 6 only. Lam ra are not included. Okay. But here we have to see the lam ra as well. Okay. When you see the lam ra after tanween and noon sukun, then they break the gunna as well. They stop the gunna as well. Okay. So this
Okay.
is why I made one rule here called stopper letters. If you will know the stopper letter, so you have to say hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha, lam ra. Hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha, lam ra. Try to memorize them because you're going to use them a lot in the Quran. Okay, you are seeing a lot of tanween and noon sukun. So if you don't want to get confused in Quran recitation, be good without mistake. You should memorize the stopper letter. Do you get it?
Yes.
I think that one rule is enough for today, right? You know what?
Mhm.
I don't want to teach you this rule here. Okay, as I said before in the beginning, we only practice here to read the tanween with gunna. Okay, but why did I tell you then now? Because I think you can understand that rule easily. Okay, so if you
Okay.
feel hard, talk to me about that. Okay, but if you will do little practice, inshallah, you're going to get clear. Okay, so what I mean, just have some time to check out the gunnas there or without gunna. Okay, as you said, we read tanween with gunna and without gunna, so now you know both. When do we read tanween with gunna? When we don't see the stopper letters after it, we read it with gunna, and when we see stopper letter after them, we read it without gunna. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, so if I will ask you to read this one, tomorrow, inshallah, I will teach you the new lesson called lean letters. Okay, I'm not teaching you today because I already teach you one rule, so you will get confused. You will mix up with them. Okay, so just focus on the stopper letter today and read Tanween with Gunna and without Gunna. Okay, this is the main course today. Okay, so now read this one. How do you say that without spelling? And I'm really sorry, Keto. I think I said a lot today, right?
Yeah,
But you understood the rule, right?
yeah.
Clapping for me then. Clapping for me, not for you today, for me. Okay, that was the very important rule. Okay, understand that. Now read this one. Mush tabihan.
Mustabihan
Okay, with gunna, without gunna.
without.
Because the next letter is Hamza. Okay, Hamza is one, the first of the throat letter. Okay, stopper letter. I mean, so without gunna. Okay, han. Mush tabihan.
Mustabihan.
Okay, so from now on, you just need to remember whenever you will read the Tanween and Noon Sukun in the Quran or anywhere in Arabic, you have to check the next letter first. It's very important to see the next letter, okay? Then you can
Okay,
pronounce it proper. Otherwise, you will make the mistakes. Okay, always if you will read the Tanween always with Gunna, this is wrong. If you will not do gunna in it, this is wrong as well. Okay, so either you do the gunna or not. In both conditions you have to check the next letter will decide how do you read tanween. Okay,
okay,
if the next letter is a stopper letter, people are normally making that mistake that they don't focus on the next letter and they always get confused that we read tanween with gunna without gunna. So remember, without checking the next letter, you cannot decide how to read Tanween. So next letter is the main part in Tanween. Whenever you see the Tanween, first of all, without before reading it, you have to check the next letter. Either is it is from the stopper letter or not. Okay. So
okay,
next on now, what is it? How do you say?
okay. Iman, no. Iman, no.
It's either. And what is this sound?
Oh,
La.
I, I- Ilaman, Ilamin.
Okay, relax there. Can you spell that?
Okay. Hamza Kasra E
Okay.
Lam Lam Fidha La Ila
And what is this called? Remember, we learned it. A small alif mad, a small waw mad, and a small ya mad.
can
Remember
you
them?
can you zoom in?
Can I zoom in? That's the problem. Yes, can I zoom in? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, say that now. Hamza Kasra eat next.
Lam Fidha La Ila
Lam Fatala. And what is this called? A small alif mad. If
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going to.
now I remember.
Okay, you remember. Okay, you remember, but I just want to show you little revision here. Okay, we learned this these three mother letters: small alif mad, small waw mad, and small ya mad, like this. Okay, lam fatala, small alif mad, we stretch it. La, small ya mad, small waw mad. Okay, if
Okay,
you know the mother letters rule, you can easily find the small alif mad, and whenever you see the small alif mad, you will make the long sounds there. Okay.
okay.
So how do you say it?
Do I read it or
You read it.
okay. Hamza Kasra E Lam Lam small alif mud La
La, first say lam fatha la, small alif mad after that. Lam fatha la. Normally it's lam fatha la. Okay, but as we say small alif mad after it, then we have to make it long. Lam fatha la. Small alif mad la. Together.
Ila
And this
min.
is it meme there? That's not meme.
Uh, hin.
Okay, and as well as are you going to do the gunna in it?
Yes. Yes.
You do the gunna in it because the next letter is not the stopper letter. Okay,
Okay.
this one now.
Wawjuhun.
Wavujuhun. One,
Wawju.
you are right. But one more thing, I just want to tell you. As I said, that we always check the next letter after tanween and noon sukun, right?
Oh, okay.
But here we cannot see the next letter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what we have to do when we don't see the next letter? So we have to read it with gunna, okay? It's another thing when we don't see the next letter, it's another stop rule applied there, but as I didn't teach you the stop rule for now, so leave it. If you don't see the next letter, you do the gunna for now. Remember it, okay?
Okay.
Because by default we read the tanween with gunna, okay? So right now we don't see the next letter, so read it with gunna, okay?
Okay.
Or either you can say it without gunna as well. Choice is yours, okay? But I will recommend you personally that do it with gunna, okay?
Okay.
Now this one,
Rah. Oh, rah. One.
you didn't check the next letter.
Oh,
You do it with
without
gunna, without gunna.
without one.
You are right. So how do you say?
Rah. One.
You are right. This one.
I read it with one, right?
Okay, you choose it for that. What do you think? What you have to do for this one? You don't see the next letter. What do you think is better for you
Without with one.
with gunna? Okay, this is my recommendation. Okay, but in generally when we are not going to see the next letter, so we read it without gunna. Okay,
Okay.
but here as we are doing the exercise, okay, so read it with gunna. Lag gun.
Lah. l- Lah. One.
Lag gun.
Lah. One.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
This one now.
Bah. Bah. Yan.
Okay, if you see the next letter,
Okay. Oh, okay. Bah. Yan.
Baghyan.
Bah.
This one.
حن حز حز
Yes, Khiz.
حز ين حز ين
Do you get it?
Yes.
Alright then. We are going to stop at this today. I send you the next page that we are going to start tomorrow, inshallah.
Okay.
The good news is that you don't need to send me the recordings for today's lesson, okay?
Okay.
But I will recommend you to check the gunnas, and without gunna you will not send me the recording, but one another thing you have to do then, okay? And the
Okay.
thing is that you have to do, I send you one Quran page.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need to read anything in homework, okay? But you have to open this Quran page, okay? And what you have to do, if you're going to download the Quran page, and after that you have to open the page on Paint or somewhere in mobile editing, okay? Whatever you can use, okay? What you
Okay.
have to do, once you are just going to, hmm. Now what we have to do, you have to do this thing.
Okay.
Wherever you see Tanween, you highlighted it. When you see Noon Sukoon, you highlighted it, okay? I know it's tricky, it will use your mind here, okay? And if you're just going to check this, Tanween and Noon Sukoon, but you have to find Tanween and Noon Sukoon only, okay?
Okay.
Just find them first, okay? And this is the second thing that we read it with Gunna and without Gunna. Checking the Gunna, it's a second step, okay? The first step is that you have to find the Tanween and Noon Sukoon, okay? So wherever you see Tanween and Noon Sukoon, just mark them on it.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
See, where did I mark in it? They are all Tanween or they are Noon Sukoon, okay?
Okay.
So as we are going to enter in the next level, inshallah, after some 2-3 pages, so you have to know that Tanween and Noon Sukoon proper in the Quran. So this is why I'm giving you that homework, that you have to mark the Tanween and Noon Sukoon in the Quran, okay?
Okay.
No question now, right?
No.
So it took long today, okay? With you, I seriously don't realize the time. You did very good, mashallah, okay? So we'll
Okay.
see you inshallah next class now. Allah Hafiz.
Welcome salam.